So hello and welcome back to the channel. And there's just one piece of Redux that I'd like to explain, and this is handling asynchronous actions. So historically, Redux didn't have any opinion, and still does not really, about how to handle asynchronous actions. And this is a rather important problem because nowadays basically every single web app has to perform some kind of API calls, and these are asynchronous actions. There are many approaches to handle that. There are sagas, Thunks, promise middlewares, you name it, really. And also there's a rematch, of course. And now Redux has a built-in solution to handle that. And actually, after looking into it, I must say it's pretty cool. So let's jump straight into it. So first things first, we'll need some kind of fake API. I will create a file just for that. Fake API-ts. Shows that. We'll use a product as an interface from product slice, and we'll write a simple function that well, mimics, fakes some kind of validation, right? So let's go validate product, take a product, and it should return new promise, resolve reject. We'll set a timeout. Let's set the time around half a second. And if product title length was 0, we'll reject the promise with no title information. And if product price less or equal to 0, we'll reject with price is incorrect, and we will resolve the product. So that might be a simple way to validate a product. Of course, doing that on the backend would be way more complicated and sophisticated, but our purpose, that's enough, I think. So we have to update our product size. And to handle asynchronous actions, you're implementing a tag. And tag is basically a function that returns another function. That's a definition. But how to do it in Redux toolkit? Well, let's create a tag and call it add product async. Know that asynchronous. Use create async tag coming from Redux toolkit, and here you do the type prefix, and it's rather important to match the prefix with the name of your slice, sorry. So since this is products, I will create products, add new product, okay? And here, as a second parameter, you're creating a synchronous function, okay? So I will create let's call it initial product, the one that I'd like to validate. And we'll get our product after the validation. This is going to be initial product, and we'll return product if everything goes well. So how this works internally is that it is creating 3 actions for you. Add new product pending, fulfilled, and rejected. Of course, the pending is being called while the asynchronous process initial product. Sorry for that. Okay, so here internally, you will have 3 actions: pending, fulfilled, and rejected. Pending is informing you that the asynchronous process is ongoing and waits to be resolved. Okay? Then there's the rejected, which comes back with an error. If something goes wrong, for example, the payload is incorrect or validation fails. And there's a fulfilled, and that's the happy path, the scenario where everything goes right. Okay. Now the question is how to hook that async func into our reducer. Well, there's another field you can add here. It's called extra reducers. And to use it with TypeScript correctly, you are using the builder pattern. So here you have a function that will return cases for the builder. And the builder is just an object that allows you to add different cases for an action. So in practice, it looks like this. Get the builder, you add a case. And what's really good about this is you can see that here we have, write it, here you have all 3 states of our Thunk provided to you already. So there's a case of being fulfilled, meaning everything went correct. There's a product async rejected. And there's a case of pending. State and action. Okay. Well, this actually, to connect it to the components properly, this actually forces us a little bit to change our slice, actually the state of the slice, because now I would like to hold more in state than just an array of products. I would like to hold the information about whether the process is pending, whether we have any errors. Okay. So I will create a state here and I will call it product slice state. Here we have products being product array, validation state, which is going to be of type validation state, which will add soon, and probably maybe some error message, which is going to be of type string. So now we need enum describing validation state. And the enum is just a type where you have a limited amount of stuff. Like enum can be a days of a week, because we know there's 7, like, or months. Like have a discrete number of state. And in our case, this is fulfilled. And that's correct. Pending and rejected. Okay, now it's cool. And it will help us manage everything that we need. And we need the initial state to be a little bit different. It's going to be initial products. And the state going to be of type product slice state. Products are initial products. Wrong. Really wrong. Initial state. Then validation state, well, it starts an undefined because we're not starting our app with validation ongoing. And error message is also undefined. And now we have to change that. This is correct. We need to change that a little bit. We have to add this and this here. Is that correct? Oh, well, not really, because we have to return the rest of the state. So do this like yes. Okay, that should be correct. So now we're returning a new object that has all the properties from the state copied and products updated. Now here's something interesting, because we will we'll return an object. Oh, we can write it like that, I think. We'll return an object, or maybe we can check that. Correct. We are returning this state, and validation state is this validation state fulfilled, as the name suggests. The error message is going to be undefined, and the products is going to be state products and action payload. That should work. Why aren't you working? The very same. Okay, maybe let's handle all cases. Not assume to the property of type string. String action payload. Let's see. In that case, return the state. Validation state should be validation state rejected, and error message should be action error message. That is correct. Okay, and here should return the state. The validation state should be validation state pending, of course, and error message undefined. Okay, what's problem here? Action payload. Payload is of type unknown. Can we change it to be this? Definitely not. Payload action. Unknown string never. There's something I don't like, right? Oh, this has promise type of unknown. We can fix that by telling that it actually returns a product. And now everybody's happy, right? Except for the fact that you're not. Get product state products, and that's not true because it's products. Okay. Now everything is fixed. So to map, we are creating an async tag with a proper prefix. This is being the name of the slice where we'd like to handle it. And this is the name, well, the base name for an action. Here we're performing our asynchronous operation. In this case is going to be with a set timeout of a second to validate the product. And then you have to handle, well, you should handle all three cases of action being fulfilled, rejected, and pending. Of course, there's no need, you can skip stuff like pending, but I would assume you'd like to have the rejected and fulfilled cases handled, right? And then it's just a matter of triggering that tag from your component. It's rather easy because if you go to product form, all we have to do here is to change that to add product async. Okay, and let's see what happens here. I would like to add cyberpunk, and let's dispatch that action. And you can see now that we have two actions dispatched actually being pending, right? The request status, request ID, the args for that, and then the fulfilled. And this is being handled internally by Redux. We're just describing how we'd like to handle the actions, right? Well, there's a little bit that we can do here, actually. If I don't provide add product, you can see there's the error message, price is incorrect. And because we hit the rejected case. You can use that a little bit if you'd like. Let's see, could get the error message. This is going to live here. Okay, that's cool. Right, and if we have an error message, we can display it here. And we can additionally add optional style here. Let's do border based on a error message. If there's one, let's do this, and if there's none, let's do that. Copy it all over. And here we can do oh, sorry, come on, background. If there is an error message, let's do red. And if there's none, we can do, I have a color here. Yeah, something like light gray. Okay, let's see. I'm not adding the price, and there's an error, and there's a change in styling. So that's that. That's how you can handle errors and async actions in Redux. This is a basic introduction to the latest version of Redux. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. I have 2 more examples of the real recruitment task that I had to handle in my pursuit of new job. This is one example where I had to build something really similar to this. The other 2 are in production, let's say. Okay, thank you very much, and I see you in the next one. Bye-bye.